As many of you know, Mortal Kombat is my primary fighting game franchise, but I like a lot of other fighting game franchises, one of which being Street Fighter. Now, I didn't feel like I liked Street Fighter enough to fork out for the Storm variant of it, but recently, a new challenger into the action figure game, Jada Toys, who was previously known for just die-cast cars, has been knocking it out of the park with their 6-inch action figures. I've been blown away with their Universal Monsters line. I am looking forward so much to their Mega Man line, but they've also been making Street Fighter figures. Now, while I haven't found the regular Ryu or Fei Long yet, at San Diego Comic-Con this year, thanks to my buddy Andrew from Toyco, I was able to acquire the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, Evil Ryu. He's going to be the subject of today's deceptibot9 reviews. Let's kick it! How's it going, everyone? deceptibot9 here, and thank you as always for joining me for another episode of deceptibot9 reviews. Now, before we get to the figure, I would like to ask you, if you like what you see, go ahead, hit that like button. Plus, if you like what you see and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well. Would you please? It really means a lot to me. That sounded desperate. I didn't mean to sound that desperate. And if you want to follow me anywhere else on the internet, all of my social links are in the description down below. So, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and Hadouken down to the review station and take a look at Evil Ryu. Alright, here we are with the Jada Toys Evil Ryu, and he's all up in his packaging. I haven't opened him yet because it's an exclusive with cool packaging, so I wanted to go ahead and show that off to everybody how he looks here. So here is the front. We of course get nice artwork here of Evil Ryu with of course the Ultra Street Fighter 2 logo, the name Evil Ryu there. We get up in the top corners, we get Next Level, which is the name of Jada's direct-to-consumer service. It's like Pulse or Mattel Creations, but for Jada. There is the Jada logo right there. Up on the top, there's the Ultra Street Fighter 2 logo. And around here on the back, here is some beautiful artwork of Evil Ryu tying his belt. Looks like it might be just directly from the game because it's all kind of pixelated, which is really neat. Then, of course, the logo right there. And if we look down on the side, there is, of course, that same artwork of Evil Ryu there with the Street Fighter logo up at the top. And on the other side, same thing. Down on the bottom, all the legal blah, blah, blah. Now, let's get this slip cover off here. This is just the slip. Whoop. And we are left with Ryu, or Evil Ryu, I should say, and all of his accessories here in their packaging. So you can see, obviously, big, nice window. There's everything in there. We'll get to all that, of course, in a minute. Sides are the same because it's just a slip cover. Top here, Ultra Street Fighter 2 logo. Mine's getting little scrapes, no big deal. And to the back, here we get to see Evil Ryu product shot with some of the accessories here as well. Plus, we just get a look at the lineup of all the characters from Ultra Street Fighter 2. So, presumably, Jada's going to hit all of those. I know they've got Ryu confirmed coming out. Fei Long, wherever he is on here, there he is, I think, is confirmed. He's coming out. Who else? We got Guile. I think I saw a picture. Guile was at San Diego Comic-Con. Ken, of course, was at Comic-Con. Chun-Li, she's coming out soon. Dhalsim's coming out soon. M. Bison as well. So, yeah, a lot of cool stuff to look forward to from Jada with their Street Fighter stuff. And honestly, I've been sold with their monsters. So, if this figure's good and the regular Ryu's good, I'm going to be all sold on the Street Fighter. So, let's break Evil Ryu out of his packaging. Alright, and here is a quick overview of Evil Ryu and everything that he comes with now that he is out of the package. God, this guy is incredible. This guy is absolutely incredible. Jada Toys is just managing to kill it with every figure release that they have. This guy is super awesome, and now I'm fully sold on the line. I can't wait to get regular Ryu. I'm going to get Fei Long at this point, even though I barely know who he is as a character. But, oh my gosh, this guy is absolutely incredible. All right, enough raving about Ryu. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at his details. All right, we'll come up here and take a look first at his base head sculpt. So this is the one that he does come packaged with, but as we saw, there were two others, and we'll look at those in a minute. But you can see sculpt work on him is really, really solid, very evocative of how Ryu appears in the games. Plus, he's got those nice purple eyes with little pupils in them. The hair up here is very nice. It's made out of a soft rubbery. It's not hard plastic, which is very, very cool to see. And of course, his headband here as well, done in all red. Again, soft plastic. You can move it any which way you like. Moving down here to the torso, this is all just reused. This whole thing, reused, is reused from their regular Ryu figure. I don't have it in hand, obviously, as I just mentioned, but I'm sure that the body is mostly the same. Just the difference comes into like the head sculpt here and the actual tunic, or the gi, sorry. But once I get that other regular Ryu in hand, I'm definitely going to compare and see. But you can see all the muscle detail texture going on here, even through the neck down to the collarbone area, up here on the chest, even peeking down into his belly there, all the way through his arms. You can see they've even sculpted veins in there, which is incredible. And remember, these figures are standard $25. This one was $40 because he's a Comic-Con exclusive, and a lot of that comes down to the accessories. But even as a base $25 figure, this is like leaps and bounds above what everybody else is doing. It's just absolutely incredible. So yeah, you can see even more sculpted veins and muscle texture going on down here. Textured gloves and gauntlets there, or gauntlets, I guess, not really gloves, padding. We got individually sculpted fingers on there. It looks great, of course. And the gi itself looks very, very nice. Got a nice texture on it with the ripped up shoulders up here, very much like how it looks in all the games. Plus, he's got his black belt with his kanji on there, all the way around to the back, same thing. Just that nice texture all over the gi. And the thing that I love about what Jada does with a lot of their clothes like these and on the Invisible Man figure is they're soft, they're malleable, they're soft rubber, so they don't really hinder a lot of articulation like when it comes to the chest up here, right? This is all very free flowing, and we'll talk about that when we get to articulation. But if they made this on a Marvel Legends, you wouldn't be able to move it at all. But yeah, and then moving down here even to the legs, you can see that texture from the gi continues all the way up here. These ones are hard plastic down here just because this is what the legs are molded as, but of course they don't get in the way of anything. Knees there, moving down to the leg pieces where it looks like it's got ripped up there on the bottom of the gi pants, and of course you can see a little bit of ankle peeking out there, and his foot detail as well with all of the toes individually molded. So Ryu just, he looks and feels just absolutely fantastic, straight out of the Street Fighter games, obviously, and he looks great, and I can't wait to get regular Ryu. So with all the details covered, let's go ahead and take a look at accessories. All right, so here's all the accessories that Ryu, I almost called him Ken for some reason. All of the accessories that Ryu comes with. Take a look at them one by one. First off, we have, of course, he comes with some alternate hands. These are, some open palm type hands. They're meant to be used as his Hadouken throwing hands. So Jada's stuff is really, really simple to swap things on. You just pull out. They're all just, the little peg style there, and you just swap the other hands into the wrist slots there. And then if we do it with the other one, boom, then we can get hands that are able to evoke creating a Hadouken there kind of somehow. He does have butterfly joints in there, of course. We'll talk about that when we get to articulation. So I'm trying to squeeze them all the way as close as you can get to make them go kablooey with the fire blast. Ploo ploo. Anyway, so he does come with alternate hands. So he's got 2 total sets of hands, including the fists. Wish there was a little bit more just to get some more martial arty type hands in there, but honestly, I'm not going to complain. He also does come with 2 alternate head sculpts. You can see here we've got like a mildly grumpy one and a super grumpy one. So there's those if you want to do that. And of course, just on a ball joint, you can just pop them off and slap any of them on. Super, super easy. Everything feels nice and easy to do. I don't feel like I have to yank or squeeze really hard on anything to get it to go on. So yes, I love how simple and easy Jada makes everything. I absolutely love it. So there's heads and hands. And then as you can see, he does come with 2 different Hadoukens. He's got, of course, the traditional red looking Hadouken, and you can kind of see the molding going on there with the circle pieces going around it. It's a big old fireball with the trail going on. And then he also does come with a dark Hadouken, or a smaller Hadouken. I think this is probably meant to be the 2 different types of Hadoukens that you can throw, because one of them is smaller. So you've got this one that's just the smaller, probably faster Hadouken. It's been a long while since I've played Ultra Street Fighter 2. And if you look closely on them, you'll notice there's a little peg hole here, because they do also come with a stand that you can plug them into, and you can also get some articulated-ness out of this piece right here. So you can throw a Hadouken on there, and you can throw it then in front of, if I can find the hole, wherever it is, there it is. You can just throw it in front of Ryu and get him to throw the Hadouken however you wish, or if it's traveling across the stage, whatever it be. And if I remember correctly, these are all things that are included with regular Ryu. I think he might not come with the head sculpts, but he does come with, at least with Hadouken hands and a Hadouken and a stand. He doesn't come with 2, just comes with 1. So again, on a figure that has $20 value, that is incredible. I'll throw a picture up of it so you can see it. Then the other thing that he comes with, these 2 wooden banners that are seen on Ryu's stage, and you'll notice that this one of them has cracks in them, and it was falling apart in my overview. Yes, so this one is just a full block. It's just one big old piece with the banner on it. But this one here is meant to be used as an accessory to Hadoukening or kicking or throwing an opponent into it or something. It's got a piece of tape on the back. This is how it was in the package, because it doesn't really hold together if you take that tape off. So if you take the tape off, boom, it just crumbles down, and you can use that in, you know, photography or whatever have you to make Evil Ryu there have something to throw people against or to train on. So yeah, again, it doesn't really hold itself together. You gotta kind of hold it and then boom, or put some tape on it or whatever. But yeah, so that's all the accessories that Evil Ryu comes with. A lot of cool stuff. I love getting alternates for hands and heads. I love that we get some weapon, but we get some, you know, I'm just calling them weapons. We get some weapon stuff here, and then we get some scenery diorama pieces as well. This is really, really solid accessory lineup for an exclusive figure, especially when you're already getting just these with the standard figure for the most part. So let's go ahead now and cover Articulation. And for a figure that is only standard, remember this is the exclusive, so he's 40, but a standard version of this is $20 or $25. This is a lot, and it's really incredible. So he's got a ball joint head, obviously, so you can move the head independently, make it look up that far, down that far. It can go side to side by itself as well. But then he also has a neck joint right here that gets it going down that far, gets it going up, back, not that much farther, and it does swivel a little bit if you grab it just by itself. But yeah, I love being able to get extra head and neck joint in there. This range right here just by itself, that is crazy for a figure on this scale. Arms go all the way around. They go out. If I can find the joint. There we go. They go out that far. They swivel at the bicep. They've got double elbow, which goes all the way up just like that. All of the wrists are on hinge that swivel, or that goes up and down like that, swivels all the way around. And he also does have butterfly joints. So it goes back that far on the butterfly, and it goes forward that far on the butterfly. He also has ab crunch and swivel, just like the Masterverse figures that we are used to. So it crunches forward, sideways, and it can turn to that upper joint. He does also have waist swivel as well, to swivel the waist all the way around, but also it crunches and swivels down at the waist as well. So ball joints everywhere on this guy. Legs go forward that far. They go backward, not very far at all. They're blocked by the back of the pants here. Legs go out of course, into a split. You can't be a proper martial artist like Ryu without being able to throw a full split like that. Absolutely incredible. Good job, Ryu, keeping up on your training. Swivel here at the thigh, double knee joint on both knees. That goes all the way over like this. And we've got a swivel here at the actual ankle piece. So the ankle piece itself can swivel just like that. And then the feet themselves go up, down, and they pivot, of course, all the way around. So yeah, like the first Jada figure I got was the Universal Monsters creature from the Black Lagoon. I was absolutely blown away with the articulation then, and every other Jada figure has just been absolutely incredible with their articulation. And I always feel that fighting game figures need to have as much articulation, if not more, than this Ryu has, because martial artists, and especially characters in martial arts games, are very, very flexible and very articulate with their moves, and a lot of those things can be hard to pull off on figures. Like, as much as I love the McFarlane Mortal Kombat line, they do not pose that well for martial arts game characters. For fighting game characters, they do not pose very well at all, and I desperately hope if a company like Jada gets the Mortal Kombat license, that would be incredible. So Jada, go get that Mortal Kombat license. Anyway, so that's enough of the articulation for Evil Ryu. Let's take a look at a couple comparisons. All right, so here is Ryu with our standard Masters of the Universe figures. We've got a Masterverse figure over here, that being Vicron, and an Origins figure over here being Snake Armor Skeletor. You can see Ryu is I'm going to say roughly about a 6-inch figure scale, because Origins figures come up to about 5.5. I think the Skeletor's a little bit taller than normal because of this headpiece, and Ryu just barely sits above him. All right, here's Evil Ryu with a standard Marvel 6-inch figure, this being the Gamerverse Spider-Man, the original release, not the newer release, so we can get a little bit of Marvel versus Capcom action going on here. And yeah, you can see, like I said, he's about roughly 6-inch scale, so he comes up a little bit shorter than Spider-Man. Here he is with another Jada Toys release, one that I absolutely love, of course, Dracula. And one last comparison here. Here is Ryu with two of our standard Mortal Kombat lines. This is Noob Saibot, your standard McFarlane figure, and Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion from Storm. So you can see how this Ryu might fit in with those. He is on the smaller side if you're looking to put your Street Fighter figures up against Mortal Kombat. So, you know, play that at your own judgment. All right, so that's about going to do it for my full closer look at the Jada Toys San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Evil Ryu. So let's go ahead and toss and puking our way back up to me for my final thoughts. All right, so what are my full thoughts on the Jada Toys San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Street Fighter 2 Evil Ryu? He's a masterpiece. He is fantastic. I was already super blown away with what Jada Toys had done just by their Universal Monster figures, but I am now 100% fully sold on the Street Fighter line. I am definitely going to have to start picking up all of these Street Fighter figures when I find them, because this guy is absolutely incredible, and I am going to need a whole Street Fighter roster to go up with this guy. And again, I can't wait for the Mega Man figures, because those look absolutely incredible as well. They were on display at SDCC. It was amazing. I just absolutely love Jada Toys right now. They might be my favorite action figure company in the game right now. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love Masterverse, you guys know that I absolutely love Masterverse. Jada Toys might edge them out. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for my full review of the San Diego Comic-Con Jada Toys exclusive Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers Evil Ryu. What an absolute beast of a title. So guys, go ahead and let me know your thoughts on the Jada Toys Evil Ryu, or even just the regular Street Fighter figures if you have them, down below. I want to talk all things Jada Toys, because I am super excited to bring Jada Toys to the channel, because I wanted to talk about them here for a while. And guys, As always, that is the end of another episode of deceptibot9 Reviews. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. That does really, truly mean a lot to me. And I've been your host, deceptibot9. Thank you, as always, for joining me. And I will see you guys later.